ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tiffin Calvert Gymnasium, the site of tonight's tournament basketball game. It's Division 4, the sectional semifinals, live here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Nate Mullins on the call tonight with the Wizard, Greg Kinn. We've got Austin Rodriguez on the main cam. Thanks for tuning in here with us on the Heart of Ohio Sports, the pulse of the Buckeye State. Let's take a moment and thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here tonight, because folks, without them, this wouldn't be possible. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., First National Bank of Sycamore, Buckeye IT Services, Mullins Entertainment, Plasonite 3D Printing, 5-Star Maintenance, Studio Squared, Salon Source Erica Meier, Seitz Financial Services, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Wellys Monument Company, Carmie's Barbecue and Grill, and Jay and Laura Rishty, all proud sponsors with us tonight here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We've got Tiffin Calvert and Vanlue girls basketball here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And Greggy, this one's going to be a good matchup because these two teams matched up earlier in the year, and it was a tight contest between these two.
Yeah, you told me that Vanlue didn't have the best of records this season, but one of the wins that they did pick up was over Calvert earlier this year, so they've already proven that they can sneak out of here with a win. Absolutely.
The Wildcats come into this one as the 11 seed in this district, and they had a 5-17 record on the season, but they did start out in week 3 with a win over these Tiffin Calvert Senecas. And Tiffin Calvert finished the season 13-7 overall, but they won 11 out of their last 14 games at the end of the season, finishing very strong in the conference play and really kind of propelling themselves into tournament play here, and I'm excited to see how this squad responds.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of strong, how about the crowd response here for them tonight? It's loud here in the hometown crowd for Calvert coming out, doing their player introductions right now. And ever since we kicked off here, the national anthem, everything, they've been loud down here.
The energy level is palpable. It is it's very little room to stand in here. A lot of fans here for Tiffin Calvert, especially on this side. Vanlue contingent here as well. We thank you for joining us here on the broadcast. We're going to get to the opening tip, brought to you by Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc. Timeouts tonight brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. And our halftime show brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, our proud premier sponsor here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Stick around for the post-game show, brought to you by Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. And all free throws tonight brought to you by Buckeye IT Services. We are just about ready to get this one underway. We'll go over the starting 5 for both squads here as the opening tip controlled by Tiffin Calvert, and we're underway here at Senecas Gymnasium. Laura Rishty with it. Kick out. It's Kate Coleman. No good on the shot, but Rishty grabs the rebound. Drives the baseline, puts it up off the glass, and puts it in for the first points of the game. Now, Laura Rishty putting her fingerprints on this one early. As Greggy, the first time these two teams matched up, she had 28 points in that matchup, but just not enough to put the Senecas over the top in that one.
Getting started early here, she's probably thinking, maybe I can beat that here tonight.
Yeah, exactly. We'll talk about keys to the game. For Tiffin Calvert tonight, they got to limit the points in the paint. They gave up 49 points in that week 3 loss to Vanlue. And Mara Simon was a big contributor for the Wildcats as she poured in 17 points in that one. Keep an eye on her, number 12, Mara Simon. Also, Lexi Brooks, who leads the team in scoring on the year. Five on the floor for Vanlue. You have a baseline shot there from Mara Simon. She knocks that one down. Boy, that one was pretty wet.
That was a nice one.
Splashed in there. Kate Coleman's three-point shot, no good, and the Wildcats grab the rebound, push it down the floor. Olivia Secord puts that one off the glass, no good. And the rebound grabbed by Laura Rishty, who races into the forecourt. Onto the basket, and held ball. As I think the possession arrow will favor Tiffin Calvert. They'll keep the possession. Tied at 2 apiece, 6:41 left here in the first quarter. As we mentioned, the 5 on the floor for Vanlue, number 12, Adrian Phillips, number 13, Olivia Secord, number 33, Mara Simon, is that three-point shot no good from Kate Coleman, and Adrian Phillips grabs the rebound. As we said, number 33, Mara Simon, number 31, Candace Saltzman, and number 45, Lexi Brooks. Those are your 5 on the floor for the Vanlue Wildcats. Kate Coleman called for the foul. That's her first. Sectional semifinal action here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Secord with it. And now you see the energy as that pass stolen away on the interior. Now we'll look at the Tiffin Calvert 5 on the floor for the Senecas. As right now you have number 1, Brooklyn Brown. Number 3, Alyssa Rishty. You have number 11, Carly Meier. Number 22, Kate Coleman. As well as number 10, Megan Rumback. That one was good.
With pressure in her face.
Nice shot there by Lexi Brooks as she knocks that one down from just inside the three-point arc to give the Wildcats a 4-2 lead. And I think that one went out of bounds.
Jeff, you're not in the
foul.
game. Look at Jeff thinking he's down here playing the game, dribbling the basketball. He's got to make sure it's got the right amount of air in it or something.
Right. Meier under the basket for Rumback. It's stolen away by the Wildcats.
Wow.
Adrian Phillips. Lexi Brooks with it. Baseline, loses it. And Megan Rumback with it. Now Alyssa Rishty into the forecourt for the Senecas. Driving, puts it up off the glass. No good. Rebound. Tipped and grabbed by Candace Saltzman of the Wildcats. And that one's stolen away. Tiffin Calvert picks it off under the basket for Kate Coleman, and she ties it up at 4 apiece. Wildcats with the basketball. And that one's stolen away. Playing the passing lanes, Megan Rumback.
Great job just stepping right in front of that one there.
And a nice entry pass there as Kate Coleman puts that one off the glass and gives the Senecas a 2-point lead. And that one's thrown into the forecourt, but out of bounds. It'll go back to the Senecas.
I think it was thrown out into the hallway.
It was, absolutely. Into the popcorn machine. Might want to check that for some butter there. Timeout on the floor. Timeout's brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. Just a 30-second timeout. Greggy, as we look at these two teams here in the early going, it's a back and forth kind of game and kind of what we expected to see between these two.
Yeah, it seems very evenly matched here just to start this one off. Both going down the floor, kind of imposing their will, but they need to be able to make sure that they land these shots, or rebounds are going to become very, very important here in this one.
Absolutely. Tiffin Calvert with the basketball coming out of the timeout. Alyssa Rishty with it.
Oh, nice little pass there. Oh.
And I think we're going to get a held ball. And the possession arrow will favor the Wildcats. So Vanlue with the possession, and it's stolen away. Megan Rumback with 3 steals here in the first quarter.
Let's say neither team afraid to be aggressive here to start this one out.
Yeah, absolutely. Kate Coleman steps to the free throw line, brought to you by Buckeye IT Services. Of course, it's that time of the year when everybody starts thinking about spring cleaning. You know, it's almost March. You start thinking about spring cleaning. I always think about cleaning up my computers. You know, like, what do I need to do to get rid of? So how do I make it run faster? How do I make it work better, you know? Well, I think the best thing that you can do for yourself, and if you have a small business or even a big business, get a hold of the people at Buckeye IT Services, as that one's turned over, and it'll go back to the Wildcats. Get a hold of the folks at Buckeye IT Services. Jake Schaff, and his friendly staff will treat you exactly the way you deserve to be treated as a customer dealing with IT problems. With, I mean, compassion. You think about it, if you're facing that kind of a problem in your life, you don't, that one's turned over. Ooh. Another turnover. A lot of turnovers here in the early going, Greg. But no, if you're facing IT pain, you don't want to have to deal with that. You need to get a hold of Jake Schaff and his fine staff at Buckeye IT Services. They'll treat you right. Kate Coleman brings the ball into the forecourt. And Brooklyn Brown hoists that one from downtown. That one's no good. It goes out of bounds and off of the Senecas. Wildcats have the possession. 3:30 to play here in the first quarter. Senecas playing excellent defense here. Smothering on the defensive end. Full court press being employed by Tiffin Calvert. Laura Rishty steals the inbound pass into the paint. No good on the shot. The save by Kate Coleman. But she throws it right to a Wildcat. And that one goes out of bounds. It's going to go back to the Senecas. A lot of defense here in the early going. Both of these teams, like you said, Greg, not afraid to be physical here. And kind of, they're playing the passing lanes. There's really no room to try to get that pass in there if you're trying to feed a teammate down low with a bounce pass. It's just not happening.
So there's a lot of long arms on the court out there.
Yeah.
You see every time they go to pass the ball, arms right in their face.
Brooklyn Brown shoots it, no good. Gets her own rebound, puts that one off the glass, and puts that one in. And I do believe the bank is open here. Drive to the basket, puts it up and puts it in off the steal. Kaylee Concepcion. And the Wildcats having some trouble with this full court press of Tiffin Calvert as Seneca's now on a 10-0 run here.
You want to try out the replay and see if I captured that here?
Yeah, let's see
what we got here. Oh. Doesn't really seem to work right, but.
Not quite.
We'll get it going. Half worked.
It wanted to work. Kaylee Concepcion on the left wing. And Brooklyn Brown saves that one from going out of bounds. But the Wildcats have it. Mara Simon drives the baseline. Kick out. Three-point shot, no good. And a rebound grab by Phillips, who loses it. Concepcion with it. Down to Rishty. Rishty into the paint. Euro step, no good. Boy, she hit her with the... We're going to get a timeout on the floor. 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here for this timeout, brought to you by First National Bank of Sycamore. We'll use this time to thank our sponsors for allowing us to be here. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., First National Bank of Sycamore, Buckeye IT Services, Mullins Entertainment, Plasonite 3D Printing, 5-Star Maintenance, Studio Squared, Salon Source, Erica Meier, Seitz Financial Services, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Wellys Monument Company, Carmie's Barbecue and Grill, and Jay and Laura Rishty, all proud sponsors with us here tonight on Heart of Ohio Sports. And if you want to be added to that list, folks, it's easy. All you got to do is, however you're watching this, if you're on Facebook watching this, message the page. If you're on YouTube watching this, well, get on your phone, send us an email, hoosbroadcasting@gmail.com. We'll be more than happy to put you on our winning team as we continue in tournament coverage here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Wildcats with the basketball. That pass stolen away by the Senecas. Down the floor to Rishty, into the paint, off the glass. No, but she draws the foul. She'll go to the line. Well, Alyssa Rishty steps up to the Buckeye IT Services free throw line. She's got 2 points here tonight. Give her 3. Rishty on the season, a 79% free throw shooter. Knocks them both down. Consistency there out of the junior, Alyssa Rishty. Of course, she took home our Player of the Game award earlier this season when we covered these Calvert Senecas in a game against Newrigal. Double team. Stolen away once again. Rishty. Senecas with a 10-point lead now. Rishty kicks it out. Coleman, left wing three, off the rim, no. Meier grabs the rebound, no. Brown with it, puts it back up, no. Mara Simon with it for the Wildcats. Second and third chance opportunities there for the Senecas, but unable to capitalize. Down to a minute to play. And I believe we get a foul, reach-in foul called on Kate Coleman. That'll be her second foul. And that's the third foul on Tiffin Calvert. 50.8 seconds left here in the first quarter. 14-4, Tiffin Calvert on top. Oh, nice move. Lexi Brooks, but no, they're going to say they're going to wave that one off, as I believe she stepped on the baseline. Carly Concepcion. Loses it, and the Wildcats have it. Olivia Secord. Allison Brooks, now Lexi Brooks. Rishty. Oh, what a nice move! She hit her with that. Lexi Brooks, three-point shot, no good at the end of the first quarter. Tiffin Calvert all over Vanlue. 16-4 as they end the first quarter on a 14-0 run. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
Your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Your premier financial institution in Seneca County since 1952. Your community, your legacy. Federally insured NCUA.
Heart of Ohio Sports gives fans the access they want when they want it. And the athletes get the coverage they deserve. Our broadcasts are free, and they always will be. We don't hide behind a paywall. When my family can't come to the games, they always watch on Heart of Ohio Sports.
Keep it locked in. You're watching Hoops on Hoos. Gymnasium. We start the second quarter as the Senecas ended that first quarter on a 14-0 run. And the Wildcats still really trying to find an answer to that full court press by the Senecas. And really, even when they get into their half court sets, these Senecas are just smothering on the defensive end. Multiple turnovers. And that shot is no good from the free throw line by Adrian Phillips. Into the paint.
Yeah, they got the 12-point lead right now.
Concepcion's going to, I think she got called for stepping on the baseline down there, but yeah.
I was going to say, they got the 12-point lead, but you know as well as I do that they're not getting comfortable with that.
No. And Aaron Sheets won't allow it. Olivia Secord. Over to Mara Simon. Hoists up a three. No. Rebound goes out of bounds, and it'll be Seneca's basketball. 7:25 left here in the first half. Of course, if you've heard our sponsor list here tonight, you notice we added a few new sponsors here. We want to thank the new sponsors for coming on board with us, but also our tradition, all of our sponsors that have been with us for the long ride. You know, sometimes it's hard to get sponsors to commit here in the early going of the playoffs, but there's a few sponsors who, no matter what we do, they just, hey, just keep doing what you're doing. And we appreciate all of our sponsors here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We can't thank you enough for your contributions here. We need to find more of those kind of sponsors, Greggy. The ones that just say, here, take our money, do whatever you want.
The ones that enjoy what we do. Wow.
Entry pass, once again, stolen away. There was 3 Wildcats there, and instead Brooklyn Brown is able to corral the loose ball and pull it away for Tiffin Calvert. (18-4). Senecas in the midst of a
Nice
streak.
Run. Yeah.
Three-point shot, no. Carly Meier grabs the rebound. Brooklyn Brown.
Oh, nice job reeling that one back in there.
Now Carly Meier from the baseline. Shot no good, but a foul will earn her a trip to the free throw line. Lexi Brooks is going to get called for the foul here. That'll be her second foul. First team foul against Vanlue here in the second half. Or first half. Second quarter, I should say. And Meier unable to convert on the first. On the season, Carly Meier, 10 out of 17 from the free throw line for 59%. Unable to convert on the second. But the Senecas grab the offensive rebound, and a held ball will be called. But that'll turn the ball back over to the Wildcats. 6:15 left here in the second quarter. Mara Simon looking to inbound. And a travel. As into the game, Madison Brooks took one too many steps there. Brooklyn Brown inbound. Carly Meier puts it off the glass. Oh, unable to convert. Rishty with the steal. The floater no good. Run back.
Oh, wow.
Had the rebound, but had it stripped away by Madison Brooks. Adrian Phillips into the forecourt for the Wildcats. Trying to break this 16-0 run here by the Senecas. Mid-range shot, no good. Under the basket. Phillips. I'm sorry, that's Allison Brooks. And a held ball will turn the ball over to the Senecas. This Senecas squad, I think, has some revenge on their minds from that early season loss. Greggy, what do you think?
Yeah, they're not, I mean, I know they're already home, but I was going to say they're not trying to go home early.
Yeah. Oh, Brooklyn Brown knocks that one down. Splashed that one home.
Oh.
Pass stolen away by Carly Meier. Rishty with it. Brown pulls up from downtown, no good. Carly Meier grabs the offensive board for the Senecas. And a held ball will be called, and that'll give the ball back over to the Wildcats. 20-4.
Got ourselves a timeout here?
This game started out with the Wildcats leading 4-2.
Yeah.
And it was a back and forth game for about a minute. And then the Senecas said, no more of that. We're done. Timeout called by, I believe it was Vanlue. We'll keep it right here for this First National Bank of Sycamore timeout. Use this time to thank our sponsors. We always want to say thank you to Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., First National Bank of Sycamore, Buckeye IT Services, Mullins Entertainment, Plasonite 3D Printing, 5-Star Maintenance, Studio Squared, Salon Source, Erica Meier, Seitz Financial Services, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Wellys Monument Company, Carmie's Barbecue and Grill, and Jay and Laura Rishty All proud sponsors with us here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Every time I hear that name, Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, it just makes me want queso. Like, I just want it now, though. Like, I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait till after the game, Greggy. I want it now. Do they deliver to the Calvert basketball game, you think?
I bet for us they would.
Yeah, I'm not going to. I don't want to pull those kind of strings. I do know they offer delivery services. I do know they offer pickup services. And that one poked away, out of bounds, last touch by the Senecas. But one thing that I really enjoyed was our Christmas party when they provided a huge taco buffet. And we got to pig out on taco. Oh, it was so delicious.
Got a fan watching from Hopewell Loudon here right now.
Hopewell Loudon fan? Okay, I like that.
Keeping an eye on the area here.
And there we have it. Wildcats break the streak as Olivia Secord knocks it down. And now the Wildcats pull the defensive rebound away, and now they're going to have to give the ball back to the Senecas. So held ball. We'll give the ball to Tiffin Calvert. 20-6, Senecas on top. Brooklyn Brown looking to inbound here. Alyssa Rishty had it stolen away. Adrian Phillips. Mara Simon with it. Now Olivia Secord. Nice bounce pass under the basket, and Madison Brooks will be fouled on the shot. That'll earn her a trip to the free throw line.
Chance to cut into that lead, too.
And the first foul on Alyssa Rishty as Brooks unable to convert on the first.
Both of them just a little short. They're hitting the front of the rim, both shots.
And that one went out of bounds. They're going to say off of the Wildcats. So Senecas get the possession back. Concepcion is going to be fouled on the reach-in by Madison Brooks. Alyssa Rishty pulls up from downtown and knocks that one down. First three-pointer of the game by either team.
I got to see if that one will work. We got to try it. I can't promise anything, but
let's see it.
Let's give it a second here. Make sure everything's safe and see if it'll play it. There we go. It looks like we're getting it. No?
Not quite. Almost. I think the timing might be off on our replay system, but
I think I was saving it.
Rishty with the drive, unable to convert. And Mara Simon grabs the rebound for the Wildcats. Secord had it poked away. It goes out of bounds off of Tiffin Calvert. Adrian Phillips looking to inbound here for Vanlue. 23-6, Tiffin Calvert on top. 3:27 left here in the first half. Kate Coleman looking to come back into the game as Brooklyn Brown will take a seat. Brown is the lone senior here on this Tiffin Calvert girls basketball squad. Mid-range jumper, no good. Brooks grabs the rebound, no good. Gets it again, trying to go back up with it, but a held ball. We've seen a lot of those here tonight, Greg. A lot of held balls here.
Trying to put a shot up. There's so many hands there. So no.
Secord inbounds to Phillips. What a nice job by Phillips to maintain her pivot foot there. But it's going to go out of bounds and off of the Wildcats. Now, these Wildcats definitely struggling to find some open looks here tonight.
Calvert's just done a great job of moving the ball around. They seem to be on the same page here tonight.
One thing that really surprised me when we got here, Greg, is looking at the size of this Wildcats roster. Just 7 girls. 7 girls on this roster. And
yeah, you got to think that's going to come into play.
absolutely. And Rishty. Alyssa Rishty knocks that one down. Another 3-pointer. And a 20-point lead for the Senecas. Mara Simon hoists it up from 3, no good. And Meier grabs the rebound from over top of the defender. Kate Coleman takes the entry pass and puts that one up off the glass. Lexi Brooks pulls up from 3-point range, no good. Rebound grabbed by Phillips. She puts that one up and in. Adrian Phillips. Her first basket of the game, 28-8. Tiffin Calvert. Rishty says, okay, I'll take this one too. Heat check. That's what that was, Greggy. That was just a heat check. I hit my last 2. Stepped into that one with confidence.
I thought that one was going down too.
Yeah, so did I. Phillips pulls up from inside the 3-point arc. No. Rishty finds Coleman under the basket. No. And the rebound grabbed by the Wildcats. Secord had it stripped away, but they get it back. Allison Brooks.
Trying to get it out of there, but there's no teammates there to grab that one.
Oh, Brooks knocks it down in a one-on-one against Carly Meier. She says, I'm going to pop this one right here. Carly gave her some good defense, though. I'll tell you, Greggy, that was a heck of a shot there by Allison Brooks.
Yeah.
A nice baseline drive there by Kaylee Concepcion. She's got 6 points here tonight. Olivia Secord. Cross court, Lexi Brooks pulls up. No. And a rebound grab by Meier. Rebound tipped out of bounds. And I believe last touched by Tiffin Calvert. Allison Sheets checking into the game for Tiffin Calvert. Oh. That one poked out of bounds and last touched by Tiffin Calvert. Wildcats will get it back with 20.5 seconds left. It is 30-10, Tiffin Calvert. Secord takes the inbound. Pass is poked away.
Oh,
and
nice.
Candace Saltzman knocks that one down. Mid-range shot. Down low for Coleman. Woo. That bank is open. Kate Coleman converts on the 3-point play. She's got 9 points. Actually, give her 11. Rishty steals the inbound, pulls up, no good. Run back, off the glass. I was like, are they going to count it?
I think
they counted it. Megan Rumback with the buzzer beater and puts the Senecas on top by 23 heading into the locker room. We'll take a step aside. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back with the halftime show brought to you by Xcaret Mexican Restaurant. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At First National Bank of Sycamore, we are a truly local bank that is community-based and community-focused. We are invested in your success, and our team is here to help. First National Bank of Sycamore, banking that just makes sense.
Buckeye IT Services is a trusted partner for cybersecurity, fully managed and co-managed IT support. Municipalities, financial organizations, and mature businesses turn to them to eliminate IT stress and enable growth. Visit BuckeyeIT.com today to start your partnership. Keep it locked in. You're watching Hoops on Hoos. right, welcome back. We're live here with the Xcaret Mexican Restaurant halftime show. Nate Mullins, Greg Kinn on the call with you here tonight. Austin Rodriguez running the camera. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Let's take a run through our sponsor list before we get started with the third quarter as Tiffin Calvert leads 35-12 over Vanlue here in this sectional semifinal. Thanks to Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., First National Bank of Sycamore, Buckeye IT Services, Mullins Entertainment, Plasonite 3D Printing, 5-Star Maintenance, Studio Squared, Salon Source, Erica Meier, Seitz Financial Services, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Wellys Monument Company, Carmie's Barbecue and Grill, and Jay and Laura Rishty, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. You notice that name, Carmie's Barbecue and Grill, Greggy. I still have not gotten out there to the breakfast buffet. Have you seen they got it back? They got the breakfast buffet back?
I have not. This is news to me.
Oh my gosh. I mean, as much sausage gravy as I can eat? Oh my goodness.
Listen, you probably shouldn't tell me this. I might go put them out of business with the all you can eat there.
And it's only on Sundays at Carmie's Barbecue and Grill. We're underway here in the third quarter. And Brooklyn Brown says, hey, you better sit down, get back from the concession stand. It's time to get this third quarter going. Senecas on defense here. Starting fives for both teams back on the floor. Rishty with the steal, or with the save, as Meier gives it off to run back. Now Rishty into the paint. Her shot no good, but she draws the foul on her way to the basket. Lexi Brooks will be called for the foul. Rishty knocks down the first one. She's got 13 points here tonight. And Alyssa Rishty knew that one was no good. The minute it left her hand, she went running after it. And that one's going to go out of bounds off of the Wildcats. But she went running after that as soon as it came out of her hand. She's like, nope. Brown to Rishty.
Wow.
Shot is no good, but she draws some contact on her way to the basket. Let's see who the foul is called against. Lexi Brooks will be called for the foul. That's her fourth. And Lexi Brooks, the senior leader here for the Wildcats, He's going to have to take a seat with those 4 fouls quickly. She went from 2 to 4 in less than a minute here.
Not a whole lot of relief on the bench, as we spoke about, for her to be going out of the game.
Yeah.
At this point.
And Rishty knocks them both down. She's got 14 points.
Still being as aggressive as they were there in the first half.
Pass is stolen away by Carly Meier, and she had it poked away. It went out of bounds. And they're going to say it was off the wall, off of Tiffin Calvert. Wildcats get the basketball. Of course, the winner of this game goes on to face Mohawk this Saturday, live in Sycamore. And that poked into the backcourt. Now Rishty with the pass from Coleman and puts it up and in off the bank.
Like I said, man, they just seem like they're totally on the same page here tonight. Well-oiled machine.
Carly Meier says, I want to get in on the action here, guys. I need a point, yeah. Gets her first basket of the game. And that pass poked away, stolen by Meier. She gets it into the forecourt for Rishty. Rishty puts it up off the glass and puts it in. Alyssa Rishty. Seneca's dominating here. And Carly Meier is going to get another turnover here. I think she's got at least 5 steals here tonight. Brooklyn Brown onto the basket for Kate Coleman, and she puts that one in the up and in.
The teamwork on display here. It's just like they know where each other's going to be. It's just incredible to see.
13-0 run to start the second half here for Tiffin Calvert, and there's Rishty with the poke away into the forecourt and up with the shot. Alyssa Rishty. 20 points here tonight for the Senecas, and a timeout called by the Wildcats. This one's vastly different than the first contest between these two schools. I think Calvert made sure that they came into this game with an attitude that that was not going to happen again.
Yeah, they've been playing pretty flawless here so far tonight.
Yeah.
Like I said, just the steals, the rebounds, getting the passes, passing the ball where your teammate's going to be. They're just so smooth, well-oiled machine. Like I said here tonight, it's very impressive. You don't see this at the high school level a lot. This smoothness that you're seeing here tonight.
Absolutely.
Just kind of got Vanlue scratching their heads at this point.
Yeah. Got me scratching my head, wondering how they got 50 points already in the third quarter.
They're everywhere.
Wow.
They've been putting up points in bunches pretty quickly here tonight. I've noticed. Seems like I'll look down for a minute, check some buttons on the computer here, and then I look back up. I'm like, 20 points, 30 points, 40 points. They're making it happen here tonight.
Wildcats coming out of the timeout. Wow.
Yeah.
Once again, smothering defense by the Senecas. And that one's going to go out of bounds off of Tiffin Calvert. Secord inbounds to Phillips. And Mara Simon pulls up from 3, no good. Phillips grabs the offensive rebound, and she'll draw the foul, go to the free throw line.
And you've seen that the Senecas have given them that a few times tonight, the outside shot there wide open, but haven't been able to nail all of them. So they're willing to leave that one be open.
Phillips unable to convert on the first free throw line here at the Buckeye IT Services free throw line. Adrian Phillips on the season. Just a 34% free throw shooter. Unable to convert on both free throws there. Rishty. Down low for Meier. Now back to Rishty. Little give and go, and turned it over but gets it back.
It's like a good pass back, good little move. Missed the shot, gets her own rebound back. Says, here, I put it back up.
Yeah. 40-point lead for the Senecas here in the third quarter. And double dribble called against the Wildcats. It's got to be extremely frustrating if you're a Wildcats player, you know, trying to maintain your composure during this, but you know this is likely your last game. As you're closing this one out, you're just trying to, you know, finish with a little bit of pride here at the end.
You want to hang in here with this one, but the Senecas are just relentless here today.
Yeah. Coleman puts it up and in. Kate Coleman now with 15 points. Olivia Secord gets it down low. Mara Simon with it. Double teamed. And held ball.
You can see the frustration on her face.
Oh, yeah. She's had no
She's like, oh,
chance to get anything.
Come on.
Olivia Secord gets it inbounds, and that one's poked out of bounds by Brooklyn Brown.
Yep. The Senecas definitely have the height advantage here, and they're playing that one.
Yeah.
You know, all these passes coming in, they're trying to send them up high, and they just, like volleyball players, are just up there swatting them away. Nope, we got that. You ain't getting that over our heads.
Sophie Lee checking into the game for Tiffin Calvert. Saltzman gives it off to Secord. Now down low for Simon. It's blocked from behind.
Nice pass, but even nicer block.
Rishty is fouled on her way to the basket. They'll call the foul on Madison Brooks. That's her second and the third team foul. No good on the first. Rishty toes the line. And she's got 23 here tonight. Outstanding performance by Alyssa Rishty here. As the Senecas open up a 43-point lead. Yes, I said 43-point lead. Rishty with another steal into the paint. Up with the shot. Give her 25. 22-point run here to start the second half for Tiffin Calvert.
It's impressive. What more can you say, Nate?
And there's the lid on the basket broken with inside of a minute here in the third quarter as Candace Saltzman knocks that one down. Rishty pulls up from three. Oh, that was just inside the rim. Brown under the basket for Rishty. Put it up. No. Meier. No.
Oh, my goodness.
And they're going to say Rishty stepped on the baseline. (57-14).
The clock just dwindling down.
Yeah. It's a running clock now, Greg.
That's kind of what I was going to ask you about here.
Yep.
I've noticed that it seems like, you know, I'm not an expert on the clock, but it seemed like it was moving off a lot.
And that's the end of the third quarter. Tiffin Calvert leading 57-14. The first time these two teams played, it was 49-46 Vanlue. And Tiffin Calvert said that's not going to happen tonight. Take a quick step aside, but first, before we do that, folks, I have to remind you, this basketball game between Vanlue and Tiffin Calvert is being broadcast through the cooperation of the Ohio High School Athletic Association. The Ohio High School Athletic Association is a voluntary, nonprofit educational organization through which member schools work cooperatively to adopt the standards and regulations that guide their interscholastic activities. The upholding of these standards and the adherence to the regulations helps to provide more wholesome and educationally worthwhile activities for student athletes grades 7 to 12. The schools participating in this contest consider interscholastic athletics an integral part of the educational program, and primarily for the purpose of making better men and women out of their students. Unless it accomplishes this, it cannot be justified in the high school program. Tonight's tournament game is one of many being played throughout the state, leading to the state championship. The OHSAA reserves all broadcasting rights to postseason tournament games. Tiffin Calvert with the possession coming out of the third quarter break. Rishty gives it off to Brooklyn Brown. And Rishty gets it back. And the offensive putback is good.
That was a smooth pass behind the player under the basket there. An even better putback. Ooh.
And that foul is on Alyssa Rishty. That'll be her second foul. She's got 27 points here tonight. She had 28 in the first meeting between these two schools. But it wasn't enough that time. She needed 3 more to tie it, 4 more to win it. Tonight, I don't think that'll be a factor.
This defense, man.
Even if you took her 27 points away, you still couldn't take away the impact she had on the game. I mean, I'm just playing. She has just been all over the court, defensively, offensively.
Yeah, and then we both know you watch that score go up, that lead increase, it gets that momentum going. Big time impact with those 28 points, 27 points.
Wildcats with the possession. Olivia Secord with it.
So quick to cover. They're right on it.
Yeah. Mid-range shot, no good from Allison Brooks. And it'll go back to the Wildcats. 6 minutes to play here in the ball game. Secord inbounds under the basket for Lexi Brooks, but she's going to be fouled. And that'll earn her a trip to the free throw line. Free throws brought to you by Buckeye IT Services. And Lexi Brooks unable to convert on the first.
A little short there on the second.
And it'll go back to Tiffin Calvert. Now you notice, Greg, they left the clock running during that free throw. That's over a minute every time they shoot 2 free throws. So makes it just that much harder for a team to try to get back into it, even though, you know. And Tiffin Calvert almost got the steal there, but they're going to say it was a held ball, and Vanlue has a possession arrow. Olivia Secord brings it into the forecourt. Down low for Brooks, puts it up off the glass and puts it in. Lexi Brooks.
Way to fight through all that traffic.
Absolutely. She's got 4 points. Rishty, what a move, but unable to finish.
She's turned on a whole nother gear there as she drove to the basket with that one.
Yeah. Izzy Jones into the game for Tiffin Calvert. As she's called for the foul. Just 2 starters left on the floor. Actually, just 1 starter. Alyssa Rishty is the only starter left out there here. Addison Sheets called on the foul, and that's the 5th team foul on Tiffin Calvert. That'll put Lexi Brooks at the line. Brooks knocks down the first one. She's got 5 points. Kennedy Cleland checking in for Tiffin Calvert. And unable to convert on the second, so she does get 1 of 2 shots to go. Hey, Jeff, that's not a soccer ball. You don't kick that.
You'd think he would know his sports.
Yeah. The only time he's ever been called Messi's at a dinner table.
He's going to be coming for us when he hears that one.
Olivia Secord. Adrian Phillips, mid-range shot, no good. Senecas grabbed the rebound, but had it poked away. Secord for Brooks.
Oh, wow.
Stripped away by Concepcion.
Oh, she said, I'll do it back.
Stripped away by Vanlue. Brooks gets it. No, but she's fouled. Lexi Brooks earns another trip to the Buckeye IT Services free throw line. Lexi Brooks, as we mentioned, leading scorer for Vanlue on the season, and she knocks that one down. When she got into foul trouble early, it kind of really put them in a bind, Greg, because they just don't have the depth.
Yeah.
With just 2 bench players for this Vanlue squad, when she gets in foul trouble as their leading scorer, senior captain, it just makes things a little bit more difficult.
Nails both of those there.
7 points here tonight to lead the Wildcats. Rishty. Under the basket for Concepcion. And Kaylee Concepcion knocks that one in. She's got 8 points here. Senecas 61-19. 42-point lead. Lexi Brooks up off the glass. Put it in. Brooks with 9 points. Rishty.
And you love to see this here, Nate, fighting to the end between both teams.
Oh, yeah. And Izzy Jones puts that one up and in. Still with the full court press.
Yeah.
All the way to the end.
Got herself a timeout here.
And head coach Sean Gannon wants to talk things over. We'll keep it right here and locked in. We use this time to thank our sponsors. We want to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., First National Bank of Sycamore, Buckeye IT Services, Mullins Entertainment, Plasonite 3D Printing, 5-Star Maintenance, Studio Squared, Salon Source, Erica Meier, Seitz Financial Services, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Wellys Monument Company, Carmie's Barbecue and Grill, and Jay and Laura Rishty, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. As you notice, folks, you don't have to be a business to get on board. If you just want to show your support for whoever we're broadcasting that night, we do shout-outs. And you get as many of them as we give every other business here on our list.
Yeah, especially here at tournament time where you kind of don't know what game exactly is coming up next, Get a little more personal.
Rishty with the steal. Put it up and in.
Beautiful.
Alyssa Rishty, 29 points.
And a round of applause from the crowd here.
And that'll give her 1,000 points for her career.
I was going to say, Nate, I see some signs down here in the crowd. I was just about
That's
to
what
ask
they
you
were
that.
waiting on. That's what they wanted.
Wow. I thought
Jay-
I saw 1,000 down there on the
Yeah.
side.
Her dad told me before the game that if she got 29, she'd get to 1,000 as a junior, Greg.
Wow.
As she reaches the 1,000-point plateau here in the sectional semifinal. What an accomplishment. And now we know why she was still in the game.
As I was saying, that's incredible, too, because the last 2 scores that Calvert had, she wasn't being selfish. She wasn't going for it, trying to get those points. They took the shots that were there, the plays that happened, and then finally she found it here with 20 seconds left.
Absolutely. What an accomplishment.
Great game, very unselfish of her. But yeah, one heck of an accomplishment.
Alyssa Rishty joins the 1,000-point club. Secord drives the baseline, puts that one off the glass. It's no good. It goes out of bounds and last touched by the Vanlue Wildcats. And that's going to do it, folks. Senecas will inbound, and they don't even need to cross the timeline. 65-21 is your final score. Tiffin Calvert takes care of business from start to finish, as the only time they trailed was 4-2, folks. We're going to step aside, take a quick timeout. We'll be back right after this with the post-game show brought to you by your Legacy Federal Credit Union. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back after this. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports.
At Heart of Ohio Sports, it's obvious. The first thing that comes to mind is sports. But we do a lot more than just cover live sporting events.
Go, go, go!
When we want to watch our highlights from last night's game, there's only one place we go: Heart of Ohio Sports.
You're locked into the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. Heart of Ohio Sports. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Heart of Ohio Sports. Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Ink is here for all of your printing and design needs. From reunions to small events, to business apparel and even vehicle lettering, they've got you covered. They make the gear that you make your memories in. Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Ink. Plasonite, where imagination meets innovation. Unleash your creativity with precision 3D printing. Your ideas, our expertise. Plasonite, your 3D printing partner. Keep it locked in. You're watching Hoops on Hoos. All right, and we're back here at Tiffin Calvert Gymnasium. Senecas moving on to the sectional final, where they will play Mohawk this Saturday night, and we'll have it for you live here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Once again, Tiffin Calvert handily takes care of the Vanlue Wildcats. Final score of 65-21, and I'll tell you, it was 4-2 to start out, and I'm like, all right, this is what I expected. Back and forth, let's go. It's gonna be a close, fun game. And then Tiffin Calvert said, no, we don't want to do that. We want to just put our pedal to the metal and let's just run away with this one. And they did. From the time it was 4-2, Tiffin Calvert would then just absolutely dominate the rest of this ball game. 65-21 was your final score. At one point, to start the second half, in the third quarter, they went on a 22-0 run to start the third quarter of action.
Yeah,
I mean, that's dominance.
They came out firing on all cylinders there in the second half. But like I said, they looked good the entire game. A well-oiled machine. They all seem to be on the same page. Just flawless execution here tonight. They were not going to go home early from the tournament, and they weren't going to let a repeat happen for Vanlue.
Absolutely. Once again, we're going to thank all of our sponsors for allowing us to be here on Heart of Ohio Sports. We're going to thank Xcaret Mexican Restaurant, Your Legacy Federal Credit Union, Steinmetz Signs and Graphic Inc., Buckeye IT Services, First National Bank of Sycamore, Mullins Entertainment, Plasonite 3D Printing, 5-Star Maintenance, Studio Squared, Salon Source, Erica Meier, Seitz Financial Services, Feasel's Frame and Collision, Wellys Monument Company, Carmie's Barbecue and Grill, and Jay and Laura Rishty, all proud sponsors with us right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. And folks, I'm telling you, this Calvert squad is different. This is a different team than what you saw at the beginning of the season. Everybody, points to those first few games. They had some struggles. They had some trouble out of the gate. But I'm telling you what, Greg, this team has really rounded into shape, especially towards the end of the year, winning 11 out of their last 14 games. And this is a team that I don't think anybody really wants to see in postseason play.
Oh, no, I mean, they gave up, 21 points at the end here, final score. But, I mean, for the majority of that game, it was close to about 12 points. That defense was locked in.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. I've never seen such smothering. They weren't at all allowing any shots. They weren't letting the ball movement get the way that the Wildcats wanted to get it going. They said, no, we're going to put our arms up. We're going to step in those passing lanes. We're going to knock the ball away. We're going to get the rebounds. We're going to get the win handily.
Yeah, and they did just that, taking care of business and taking home the win. And now they take this on the road as they head over to Mohawk. They'll face the Mohawk Warriors this Saturday, and we'll have that for you live here on Heart of Ohio Sports. As you look at the Mohawk Warriors, though, on the season, they are 14-8, so very similar record to this Tiffin Calvert squad. They did draw the 4 seed. Tiffin Calvert drew the 5 seed. And a lot of times, Greg, what you see is those teams that have that first round bye, they're not quite as in tune. They're not quite as up to par that first half of those sectional final games.
Yeah, sometimes you lose that momentum that you've been carrying through the end of the season there when you get rolling hot.
It's kind of like those teams that have a first round bye in the NFL. They don't really play that well in the second round. Just saying, it happens to the best of us. And if I'm the Mohawk Warriors coach, I'm telling my squad right now, watch this game and look at this squad, because this is not the same squad that you think it is. You need to take this game seriously. It's going to be a tough game from start to finish, and we look forward to being there for that one, because I'll tell you, that Mohawk Warriors squad, they're tough, and that's got a lot of postseason experience. They've got a lot of tournament experience. But this Calvert squad, young, hungry, and talented. Is that going to be enough to upset Mohawk this Saturday night? Find out right here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Greg, any final thoughts? What's that?
We're going to name our player of the we're going to name our player of the game.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I was just asking you if you had any final thoughts before we got to the player of the game.
That's usually your closing line, so you threw me off a little bit.
I'm sorry. I'm throwing everybody off tonight.
I mean, we just watched a great game here, especially if you're a Senecas fan. There was nothing to complain about from start to finish. I think they weren't leading for maybe the first 2 minutes of the game, and then after that, complete domination. And what more could you ask for?
Yeah.
I think this was a perfect warm-up game. It wasn't not a warm-up game, but they're definitely warmed up and tuned up for the rest of the tournament run here.
Well, the weather warmed up today, and so did this basketball team.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
Let's talk about our player of the game here quickly. We don't have it sponsored here tonight, but it's always brought to you by Heart of Ohio Sports. And tonight, I think it's pretty obvious who you got to give this one to, Greg. 1,000-point scorer.
I don't know. Did anybody score a lot of points tonight? I didn't.
I know Kate Coleman had about 15. I'm pretty sure she had a really nice game too.
I just want to see Nate's face looking at me like, "What are you talking about? Did we just watch the same game?" I mean,
what a performance!
1,000 points, and you said she's a junior.
Yes. So still time to add to that. As
still time to add to that this year. She said,
yes.
Let's keep it rolling here.
Yeah, absolutely. So once again, Alyssa Rishty, our player of the game here in this sectional semifinal matchup. She has 29 points here tonight to lead the way for the Senecas. And Greg, if I had stats in front of me, and luckily we're going to be able to check the stats because Matt Nye was here. He keeps a really good stat sheet, keeps a box score, so we don't have to worry about that tonight. But if I had to guess, I'd say she had to have been close to a triple-double in steals and rebounds and points. Because her steals, I mean, she was all over the floor, especially on the defensive end.
Like you said, even if she didn't have that many points, her impact on the game here tonight probably still would have earned her player of the game because she definitely took charge and took momentum away from Vanlue and said, let's go, girls, we got this one.
Points don't always tell the whole story. But for Alyssa Rishty, it tells most of the story here tonight as she puts 29 points on the board and gives her 1,000 points in her Tiffin Calvert career. An outstanding accomplishment, and she is not even close to being done here, as she'll just keep adding to that tally as she continues her career here with Tiffin Calvert. But once again, they're going to continue on. One more game at least, and maybe more. We'll see, as this Seneca squad looks ready and they look tuned and they look primed for some tournament basketball as they take care of business here tonight. Once again, final score, Tiffin Calvert 65, Vanlue 21. Congratulations to the Senecas as they move on. We'll be there on Saturday to cover them live in Sycamore from Mohawk High School. Once again, for Austin Rodriguez and Greg Kinn, I'm Nate Mullins signing off from Senecas Gymnasium. Thanks for tuning in here on Heart of Ohio Sports. Have a great night.